welcome and welcome back. My name's Sam and I'm from So Let's Sparkle with Sam. Just in case you're wondering, I'm in a different room today than I normally am. And the reason I'm in a different room is that because I've had quite a week this week, my sewing room looks like a bomb site. So I have brought you into my spare room. And actually, it's not just that my sewing room needs a tidy up. My spare room is where I keep all of my Christmas fare and other kind of my shop stock and all of those kinds of bits and pieces. And I got back from my Christmas fair yesterday late and tired, so I left it to today to put it away. So I'm in here because I'm just popping everything away, and then I thought, oh, I need to do my vlog and talk to all of you guys. So that's why I'm in this room, just in case you're wondering. Okay, so now it's full confession time. So normally in these videos I'll tell you all of the things that I've made this week, but I haven't finished anything. I mean, I got myself to work every day, and I went into the community shop and covered everybody else's illnesses and stuff, and I did my Christmas fair, and all of my family are well and looked after, and everybody's been fed. But as far as finishing sewing, it just took a back seat this week. So I'm really sorry if you were hoping to see the finished table runner that I made with Get Sewing with Abigail. It's on the list. It should have been finished this week. It hasn't been finished, but it will be finished for next week. I promise. It is on the top of the list, and as soon as it's finished, I will show you lots of pictures. I'm really excited about having it finished, and I've got to have it finished before Christmas because it's going on my table, so that will be finished. So this week has been a mad busy week. Now, I think I'd probably say that most weeks because my life is mad busy most of the time, but this week has just been off the chart. So I got back from my mother-in-law's. We'd had a lovely weekend away, and I'd had a lovely sewing workshop with Get Sewing with Abigail, and that was just lovely, blissful. But it feels like that was quite a long time ago now. Like years and years. It wasn't, it was a week ago. So I got back from there, and I volunteer part-time in a community crafting shop, and it's a lovely opportunity because it's a lovely opportunity for me to try out my tutorials and my workshops. They run little sewing workshops. They also have a shop where crafters can sell their wares, so the crafters can rent a shelf and then you can sell your bits and pieces. So it's a good opportunity for me to because I mean, obviously I've done a Christmas fair this week, but I don't really sew to sell as such. I do make things, commission things for people, and I do make a few little bits and pieces for craft sales and things, and I obviously do my Christmas sales and in the shop, but that's not really why I sew. I sew more for me and for a hobby, and just because I'm new and beginning and I just want to get better at it, and practice is always, is the best thing to get progress. So anyway, I work part-time in the community shop, and it's called Lots Bazaar. It's in Leamington. And it was saved by the Mary Portas Foundation about 4 to 5 years ago, because it was part of the Don't Lose the High Street campaign, because the main town in Leamington Spa, the main parade, is very busy and gets lots of the big name shops, Marks and Spencer's, your John Lewis, all of those kinds of places. But in the older part of town, lots of the shops that were in that area were closing. So Mary Portas Foundation kind of jumped in, and Lots Bazaar was founded. But we run by just solely on volunteers, and it's the only way we can keep the shop going is by using volunteers. But but it's just because of lots of things, because of COVID, because of people just moving on, because of people getting older and not being able to do the job anymore. Over the past few years, we've lost a big portion of our volunteers, so there's really just a very small group of us. One of the directors of the charity is away at the moment visiting her daughter in America, which is fantastic. But that's left an even smaller group of us to run the shop. So when I got back, I found out that one of the volunteers wasn't very well. One of our directors wasn't very well. Another one of our volunteers wasn't very well. And another one of our volunteers couldn't come in this week because of just life. So it kind of left me. I was the one that was left. I was the one that was healthy. So yeah, so all of a sudden, from going from a little part-time thing, it kind of became a bit full-time this week. Plus I had my Christmas fair that I was planning for, plus I had my normal doing my tutorials for Always Knitting and Sewing to do, plus I had my normal like life to do, and you know, all of the other things that I do and look after, you know, my husband and my children and everything else. But yeah, so I feel like I've been hit by a bus. But it's been fine, and it happened, and it was all fine, and it's all happened. So I have got a little bit of film footage from the shop, just to kind of give you a little nosy around the shop, to show you the kind of things that we sell, because we do every kind of crafting, and it's the other reason why I love it, because we've got glassware in there, we've got wood turners that make things, we have crocheters, we have knitters, we have other sewers, we have people that make fun things out of pom-poms, we have so many things. We have painted stones, we have oil painters, watercolors, some like spray graffiti art type things. It's just amazing, and that's why I volunteer there, because it's such a wonderful place to have, so local, that I just don't want it to go. So I feel really passionately about it, but it does take up a lot of my time. So yeah, but it is quite good, because obviously when I do lots of my making, and because as I said, I'm quite new into crafting, I need to practice a lot. It gives me the opportunity to sell any bits and pieces that I make that I don't want to keep or gift on, but it does mean that I've been really busy. So yeah, so that was the week. And then today's Sunday, yesterday was Saturday, I had my local church, St John's Church in Leamington, which I feel very fondly about. They always hold an annual Christmas fair. It's not particularly busy fair, but it's full of lovely people, and I like to go. It's nice, it's a lovely atmosphere. They put the Christmas music on, they have hot chocolate and mince pies, and it's just a lovely, it's just nice, it's just lovely. I'm very well looked after there, and yeah, so it's a nice place to go. So I just thought I'd take you through a few of my little tips that I've picked up from doing a few Christmas fairs, and show you a few of my best sellers, if you like. And these are best sellers from my craft shop and the Christmas fairs. So yeah, so one of the things that I love to make, and I have actually there is a tutorial, I'll put the link to the tutorial for this one, which is these little card purses, and these are so easy to make. They've got little pockets for two. I've perhaps chosen the wrong fabric to show you in this one, but you can put 2 gift cards in it. But obviously, if you want to give it as part of a Christmas present with cash or a gift card in, it's great. This one is Christmas fabric, but most of them that I make aren't Christmas fabric, because of course you can then, you know, gift them to people and they can use them for putting their store cards in, or it's always nice. I have one of these in my handbag, and it has a couple of store cards. It has my loyalty card for my nail place, because that's very important, and it has an emergency £5 note in it, because just in case you ever need an emergency £5 note. So, you know, it's kind of it's handy anyway. They're very quick and easy to make. You can make them from scraps. You just need scrap fabric. You can use interfacing if you want to, depending on the quality of the fabric. This is a good quality quilters cotton, so I haven't interfaced this one, but some of the other ones that I perhaps, you know, use a thinner might do, and then it's just a snap fastener. So really quick, easy to make, and these actually sell well all year round, but at the Christmas fair yesterday they were very popular. So the other thing that I make these mainly for the community shop, but I did take some of these with me yesterday for the crafts fair, and these are a little pouch, and then inside the pouch are these little face wipes, and they're bamboo terry face wipes with a cotton. So really simple. I do them in packs of 6 with the pouch, and these are great because the pattern that I designed, you can get the pouch and 6 face wipes out of 1 fat quarter, and it's all like fully lined and everything. And the great thing about this is that you can wash your face wipes in the bag, so it saves them getting you know, lost in your washing machine. And these ones are Liberty fabric, so I put the little Liberty tag on those ones, and I charge a little bit of a premium for these ones, but I make them in other fabrics as well. And do you know what, they're just a really, because I do a lot of the tutorials for Always Knitting and Sewing, and I get quite a lot of fat quarter bundles to use. They're just a good way of using up my spare fat quarters, and they're also really handy. All of my family get these as presents, and they actually ask for them. Oh, Sam, can we please have some more of your wipes? My a very good friend of mine, Nikki, she asks them for every birthday and every Christmas. I love your wipes, they're just the best wipes. So yeah, so it's a, you know, it's a nice gift, it's a useful gift, it's a reusable gift, and people will actually use them. So that's a nice easy thing to make. And the next thing is, now I make this again all year round, but obviously this is a Christmas one, is a little mini bunting. Now I thought I'd just show you some of my packaging, because I use because obviously you don't want to use a lot of plastic, but there's certain things that will perish if you don't wrap them up somehow. And I find with these, my bunting gets all, if I leave it out on the table, it gets all tangled up. So I did need a solution for a bag. Now these bags, these are actually biodegradable. They're kind of like, they don't feel quite as crinkly as, or they feel more crinkly than the plastic ones actually. But they will actually biodegrade. So they are, I mean, obviously it is, you know, it is another piece of packaging, but it's good packaging. And so yeah, so you do have to, if you are going to do these things, you do need to think about you know, your packaging and how it's going to look and how it's going to feel. But then, you know, it's nice that it's all packaged. I put one of my business cards in, I put a little sticker on, and then yeah, and then I sell it as little mini bunting. And so that is the bunting that goes across a bay window or a mantelpiece for a fireplace. So it's just kind of a little nod of bunting. In the summer, in the community shop, I make longer pieces of bunting for gardens and parties and that kind of thing. But I find the Christmas ones, the mini bunting, is one of the better sellers. So yeah. And then, oh, now The other thing that I sell a lot of, and I would say probably one of my favourite things to make, is I love applique. I love applique. Is it applique? Applique? I never quite know how you're supposed to say it. I say applique. I love it. I love doing it. I love the way it looks. It's just great. And so one of the things that I am quite well known for in the shop is all of my applique wear, and I do applique wear mainly on gift bags. So I did a lot at Christmas time. Now I sold out yesterday, so I can only show you. I've got some pictures that I can show you, but I can only show you this. So this is one. What I do is I make the one side, and then I put all the bags together. So I make lots of these, and then when I've got about 6, then I'll make them all up into bags. But again, these are really great to make because they're just scrap bits. People ask me about my template. Now my template came from a child's colouring book, and I used it so many times now that I've just tweaked and changed it over the years. So I'm just really happy. I'm just really happy with his shape. He just looks really jolly. And yeah, so obviously Christmas time I do the gnomes, but I do planets and moons and stars and other time. But obviously at Christmas time I do the little gnome Christmas bags. But yesterday I sold all of them. So so that was really good. So I was really pleased with that. And then I thought I'd share with you a couple of, because my big tip when you go to a Christmas fair, my big tip is make friends. You know, there's going to be other crafters there. Make friends with them. They'll have things to share with you. They'll have knowledge. They'll have wisdom. They'll have other friends that have knowledge and wisdom, and they'll, you know, and so definitely go around and make friends. I had a wander around. My daughter came with me yesterday, which was very kind of her. And so she sat and minded the stall for a little while, and I did have a wander around. And because it was a church fair, there was lots of bric-a-brac stalls and things. And one of the stalls was a book stall. Well, I'm a sucker for books. I can't see a lonely book and not buy it. So I had to have a look at the bookstall, and it got me thinking, because hashtag Gift in November finishes on Wednesday. I have to tell you, I am doing okay. I haven't done everything that I said I was going to do. Some of it will be pushed into December, but I've done okay. I've done a good job, I think. So I'm looking forward to showing you those things on Wednesday. But I had another idea, and because I don't have a great deal of children to make for, but my daughter's friend has a little boy, and I always try and make something for him, and he loves books. Now last year I made him a little book bag to put a book in, and it had a little, the book was all about stars, so I put a little fluffy star that I made him, and a little bear, because it was about a bear finding a star. So I made those, and she really loved that and really appreciated it. So I was thinking about something that I could make him this year, book related as well, because I do like to give children books. I think it's really important. And I can't remember what it was, but one of the Gift in November was about a book cushion, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I could make him a book cushion and pop a book in it. So I have a couple of choices, because I saw there was these 2 beautiful books. They're secondhand, but they look brand new, and I do not have a problem with gifting secondhand things, and I don't think anyone should have a problem with gifting secondhand things. These are pre-loved, but there are nothing wrong with them. And you know, what else is going to happen? The person that doesn't want these anymore, so I either put them in the bin or someone else gets enjoyment out of that. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. So I've got these beautiful books, and as you can see inside, you know, the pages are still crisp when you turn them. They're absolutely in fantastic condition. This one's got elephants on, and this one's got monkeys. So what I'm going to do is I've got some jungle, and this is like a starry night, so I've got jungle and starry fabric, and I'm going to mush it together. That's my technical word, mushing. I'm gonna sew it together and make a little book cushion. So hopefully next time I see you, I shall be able to show you that. So that was nice. That was like an extra bonus of going to the Christmas fair, which was nice. So something I always take to fairs with me, there's something that I've made. Now I made this, I will pop in down below. This is Woolly Elephant, and who makes these, and it's meant for rotary cutters and scissors. So it's like a little padded pouch, but I use it for putting my bits in. It's BB-8 Star Wars, of course it is, Star Wars, and I use it for putting my emergency things for my Christmas fairs and sales. And inside here are my emergency things. So something you must always remember to take with you is a lint brush, because if you make anything with fabric, there's always rogue threads. So you want your table to look as professional as it can be. Yes, of course you want it to look homemade, and you want it to look nice and, you know, homely, but you know, it should be clean and professional. So lint brush, always take one of those with me. Pair of snips, again, there's always a rogue thread somewhere, so take my snips. I also take a pair of other scissors with me, because I always find there's something that I need to kind of cut, or, you know, just in cases, and a good marking pen, and that's just in case you forget a price on something, or, you know, something like that. So yeah, so that is a very good thing to remember. So I always pack a little emergency pack of all of my bits and pieces. Sorry about that. That was my son on the phone. So he was just ringing me to tell me that he was going to get home a bit later from work, which means that my lovely husband needs to push dinner back a little bit so that we can all eat together, because my daughter and my son are coming over for their Sunday lunch, their roast potatoes and their roast pork and their roast carrots and vegetables today. So we quite like to all get together on a Sunday. It's quite a nice day to kind of all touch base and find out how everybody's week's been. So, but obviously everyone has work commitments and life commitments, so we just try and fit it in when we can. So we're gonna have a bit of a later dinner today. So yes, so what was I talking about? Yes, I was talking about my tips for Christmas fair, and obviously my little bag of goodies that you definitely should bring with you. The second thing that I mentioned, make friends with people that are there, make friends to your neighbour tables, because crafty people know lots of other crafty people, and they have lots of good things to share. The other thing is, be a little bit knowledgeable about where your fair is and, you know, who your audience are. So for example, because I knew I was at the church, I took appropriate things that I thought that people would like, you know. So you need to kind of think a little bit about what people would like to what kind of fair or, you know, store that you're going to. And the other thing is, you know where you're going to, because you'll need to know where you can park, where you can unload your stock. Our church is on quite a busy road, and there's not any opportunity for parking outside, so you have to park quite a little bit away and then walk down. Well, obviously I have lots of boxes and bits and pieces, so I emailed the vicar beforehand and said to him, "Hi Stephen, it's Sam, I'm going to come along, where can I unload my car?" And he was very accommodating. "No worries, message me when you're on your way, I will make sure, and I'll let you come and park up on the drive. I'll have people there ready to help you unload the boxes, and then you can go and park the car, and that all happens. So, you know, it's quite important, and that made it a really easy day for me. You know, unloading all your boxes can sometimes be quite hard, and you know, yesterday was a long day, so it's nice to make sure that you've got all of that sorted. So yes, so you need to know your people, you need to know where you're going. That's very important. Yeah, your emergency kit, and then and then obviously, you know, take all of your stock and make it look as nice as you can. The other tip is don't take too much. When I did my first Christmas fairs last year, I definitely took too much. I think I was thinking, oh, if I give people lots of choice, you know, but actually there is too much choice. There is such a thing as too much choice. And I think when it's home crafted, handcrafted goods, it's nice for people to actually be able to see them on the table. So not to be overfaced, not be too much on the table. So yeah, don't take too much. You can always take a little bit too much and not put it all out on the table. Take a little basket with you, put the extras in the basket under the table, and then if you do have a bumper sale and sell lots, then you can restock your table. But don't overface the table, because that definitely makes a difference for people for what they want to buy. So yeah, so listen to me. It's like I'm an expert in Christmas fairs, and I'm really not. I've only really done a few, but I've learned a lot doing those few, and I think I've learned a lot in the community shop as well, because my job there is to sell other people's things as well as my own. So I do have a bit of an eye for how the shelves need to look, and you know, and what people are looking for. So yeah, so I hope you found that helpful. And if you are doing any Christmas fairs, please let me know. I love kind of seeing and hearing from what people sell and how people do. You know, it's really nice. So yeah, if you do, let me know in the comments. I do try as best I can to reply to all of my comments, and if I don't, I apologise, but I do try my very best. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. I've been overwhelmed by the number of subscribers that I've had in the last couple of weeks, and it's just so lovely, and it really motivates me to do more videos. And this week was a tough one to do because I've had such a busy week, but I thought, no, I've got lots of new subscribers, so I must do a video. So you really inspire me, so thanks very much. So yes, so I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed my little insight into my Christmas fair. I will insert bits and pieces of my week like I normally do, little bits of video, what's gone on, what's been happening in Leamington Spa, the shop and the Christmas fair. And yeah, and if you like I said, if you enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe. I'm forever grateful, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.